Company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and our FLE-CE Company, FLV, I say VC Company? VT Company, sorry about that. As you can see, my stack of boxes over there growing. I've been collecting a ton of boxes because I build projection screens out of boxes and just put everything else. But anyway, this right here is our NEC Ultra Short Throw projector. It's a UM361X. This is a projector I paid around $60 for. We have the screen set up right underneath the commercial lights we have in here in the garage. And we're using our projector right here. I'll show you the model number of my projector. Right there. So I paid 60 bucks for this projector, and I did a repair job on it for $49 for the lamp. And to show you that we can pull those contrast levels in a fully lit environment with direct light right on top of the screen. I want to get outside and do some demonstrations on our cardboard screen, but right now we got it. It's been raining for 2 days, so next day when we get some good weather, we'll be outside. But I want to show you the amazing contrast levels, something that can't be performed on gray, white screen, gray or white screens, or even certified gunmetal. It's to pull the contrast levels in a fully lit environment. "4K demonstrations."
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, like I said, usually the most average person is not going to have this much lighting hidden on top of the screen, but in commercial environments, we usually deal with this kind of lighting. Let's just show you exactly that these screens can pull up, or a screen paint can pull up in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. I always got to think of something new to do for like the next day. So I thought it'd be interesting, recoat the wallpaper screen, hang it up on this scaffold we have here, push it all the way up to the ceiling, set up the ultra short throw projector, and that way I can show you that, look, even if you have this much lighting in the screen, it's not going to affect the screen. Even though we've done dozens of these demonstrations, we just keep doing them. So it shows you that you don't have to spend the money for expensive projector. It's not required. If you do have a projector you spend some money for, you don't have to worry about being stuck in dark environments and calibrating and all that stuff. You can pick up a 100% contrast level, which we all want at the end of the day. And of course, if the white levels didn't work, well, you can see those beautiful colors over there. Now, for those of you that are buying an ultra short throw for the first time, it's not going to cost you a lot of money. Under $200, you can get one of these and produce a beautiful image. If you're worrying about resolution and sharpness, the screen is black, so that means the screen has that capability over a screen that's gray, white, or gunmetal. Even though gunmetal is going to have a more of a vantage point than a gray or white screen, still this is going to give you the true infinity black level.
Shop our biggest selection of Memorial Day hot buys, cool deals. Shop more deals in-store and online at Ashley.
what we're going to do in the next video, we're going to take the screen down, lay it to the floor. The projector has those little feet on it because this projector does something called floor or tabletop mode, which means we can project right to the floor. So it doesn't make a difference if the screen's sitting right up against the light or it's laying directly on the floor where the light can make contact with it. It's still going to pick up. Oh, let's see. $4K, no screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
One of the biggest theories they have them on black screens that they have a very difficult time picking up their white levels in fully lit environments, and this will plague the screen, and we don't have that issue inside or out. Let me show you exactly something here. Let me go grab let's see what we have here. This is a great screen. Wasn't tape in there. Pull that over. Scissors. Do we have scissors? No, we never do. Never have scissors. Put scissors up, new scissors. Huh. 10 pairs of scissors and never lose. Every single one of them somewhere strange. Actually, one time packed a pair of scissors one time. Customer contacted me and said, hey, do you know there's scissors in my box? Like, oopsie, you want them back? Like, no, we're good. We got free scissors. There we go. Oh, let me get a white surface too, because we do white and gray. So put a white surface also too. Let me see. When I do the floor projection, I'm definitely hooking up the gaming system. I have gamed off my floor in a bit, so definitely do some gaming off the floor. All right. Pretty soon, we're going to be getting ready to launch our Titan technology. The guy you see in the video doing the unboxing and pouring some of it out, that's a Titan. They were designed for outdoor large applications on 250-inch screens, 180-inch screens, massive screen sizes. We're going to actually upgrade the Titan technology to an FLE. And this will come with people who desire screens of that caliber. It'll come with screen sizes of, I think the smallest is 180 inches. The biggest is 300. There we go. That's crooked. It is crooked, isn't it? Drive me nuts if it's crooked. There we go. Make sure everything's looking nice. Now keep in mind, we've tested the Network Grade 773 against our technology. We tested the Slip Silver Micro Blend by Amazon. We tested Gray certified screens against our products. And again, as I said before, if you're matching this stuff at the end of the day and we're not, this stuff can't turn our products black, yeah, or unwatchable, then that would be black paint, because the only thing that basically comes up that dark next to our screen is actual black paint. We test all this stuff. That's the reason why we have all these test demonstrations on gray versus our technology. We buy all different forms of paints, and these are the same paints that we put in challenges that other people will not challenge themselves. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
So problem with gray and white screens, they're not ambient light rejection technology. They don't have a high enough contrast level, and they can't maintain their color. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's why they're not good for commercial lighting. And if you're using ultra short throw in commercial lighting, you're going to have a problem. It's not going to work. You use long throw, it's definitely not going to work. Long throw even has an even more difficult time picking up on a gray and white screen in commercial environment. In your own home use, this is why we go on YouTube, we find all these projectors sitting in these dark environments. You know why? They can't read. Projector's fantastic, it's perfectly fine. It's not a knockoff. But if you have a name brand projector and you have a great screen, you will not fire up in an environment like this. You can't read. Commercial course. Let's get that slow color change. We got it right here.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
Neighbor. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
You have to generate the contrast too. It's all part of it. I don't know how people want to conclude everything involved with watching a movie. They just want to skip the contrast level. Oh, black level is not important. If it wasn't important, you wouldn't have it on your projector. Why do you have it on your projector? You're having a projector so your screen can produce a better contrast level. So it is important. If they're not, they wouldn't have put it on the projector. And they wouldn't make screens darker if it wasn't important. I was about to take it off anyway. So you can see we showed you the white levels, showed you color levels. And the white screen far worse. Far worse for the white screen. Contrast test.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, we got some projects we're working on. A new gaming technology. Can't wait to get back to my site and start working on that. I'm actually designed it for a gaming screen I'm working on, made out of cardboard. And a really advanced retro pie we're going to design. And pretty soon we'll have our PS5s in, which means we're getting 2 of these. One's going to be stripped down, we take it apart and figure out what we can do to upgrade it. The other one we're going to modify it anyway, so we're definitely pulling it out of the case, do some upgrades on that. And then we have the big boy gaming PC we're going to be building later on. So I figured with the PS5, the theme for that, I'm going to turn it into a block of ice. The only case that can do that is a UFO case. Those ones we use for the Xbox 360. It's completely clear. Literally looks like a block of ice. So I'm going to convert that thing. which means you're going to do a lot of cutting to get all the parts to fit correctly. .4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ultra short though, so easy, I swear. I'm going to switch over to 1,000 lumens. I'm going to do a switch out. You don't see people do this in demonstrations. They will not do switch outs. The reason why, because the ultra short though is sitting on top of the screen, and therefore the image is going to pick up a lot better because there's no distance. So, but also on the other hand, we like to do these demonstrations. So I'm going to do a switch out. All right. Let's take the ultra short though off. And we'll switch it over. That projector is 3600 lumens, by the way. We're going to switch out for 1,000 lumens at a distance. This is what we're going to switch out for. This is Old Faithful. You can see that correctly. That is our 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector at 1,000 lumens. Long throw. So this projector is sitting right up on top of the screen, as you can see, very close. Now we're going to back it up and bring in a long throw, which means it's going to have to travel the distance. It's going to basically lose a lot of its lumen count, where this one basically going to use very little because it's right on top of the screen. So let me put you guys over here. And you can see with my projector off actually how much light's making contact with the screen. I have tape stuck to the bottom. All right, so let me get what I need for this one. This thing powers down. Put on our other projector. Okay. We won't need that cord. We need a certain cord for this one. These things take certain cords. Let's see what we got over here. Ugh, what are you? Where your work? Let's see where you hooked up at. Where are you hooked up? And let's see, you're connected here. I like to do the swap outs, you know, so that way people don't think we have to depend on ultra short throws to be able to produce images. So we like to do swap outs. But sometimes when people are doing demonstrations, they won't do a swap out because they got a projector that they know it's going to make the screen look good. We call those crutch projectors. We had a challenge we had, no one did it, but you're supposed to swap out your projector for 600 by 800 720p. And I used to have a 5,000 lumen Chrissy up there. I took down my Chrissy, swapped it out for 1 year with the 600 by 800 ViewSonic projector to show that we don't have to depend on high-end projectors. And somebody made a bad statement in their video by saying that we're required to use 4,000, 5,000 projectors. You haven't met Old Faithful, have you? She shows up in a lot of her demonstrations and a lot of her tests, even outside. So that's why I like this projector, because it's only 1,000 lumens. I remember when I bought it, I looked up on my phone, saw this projector that was 1,000 lumens, 600 by 800, and the sale the guy was just about to pull it, and I was able to get it just in time. Fantastic projector. These are the ones I prefer to use in my demonstrations. Now, if you're going to say on your specifications that your product has been tested on these projectors, we're going to search for them. We're going to look for them. We should be able to find them. I should be able to go into your YouTube channel. I don't have to go to YouTube. I'm going to just go right to your YouTube channel, just type it in, and it should pop up. And I mean, a lot of demonstrations should pop up. So faithful kicking in. That is my projector that is back here. And again, this is my VPL CS4 720p SVGA projector at 1000 lumens, and this is what it reads on our screen. Easy. So 3600 lumens on the ultra short though, sitting less than a foot next to my screen, and this one's sitting back probably about a good 6 feet from the screen, which I got to pull back a little bit more. We can pick up no problem. I tell you, people who do falsified demonstrations, and you plan these demonstrations, you plan these falsified demonstrations. This is the reason why when I'm doing demonstrations, usually I'm never set up. I got to set up while I'm on camera. But some people will basically be already set up. Everything's calibrated, lights are done just right, just to make the screen look a certain way. So when you get home and you set up in your environment, it's not going to look the same way. And the person's going to get their feathers ruffled over this. It's not because, keep in mind, I have to say it's because we're dealing with a child at the end of the day. So I have to constantly remind them because they think like a child. This has nothing to do, when I say this, about the dumb stuff you did Saturday. Your product actually did this. Customer with a 4K projector, much more powerful than my machine at the end of the day, his screen washed out when he opened up a window. So if he was under these lights right here, his screen would have disappeared. So this is what happens when you basically do demonstrations on a 4K high-powered projector stuck up on the screen in a medieval setting environment. You're lying to your customers, because when they set up in their environments, every customer I've seen at the end of the day that has that product sits in a dark environment. They're just trying to make the video look good for you. That's how it looks. Meanwhile, my customer would take my screen outside and stick it against a fence, spray it in, and watch a demonstration when there is more light in that environment than, I hate to say it, and it's true, all your customer demonstrations combined. Using a 720p model. That's what he's using in his demonstration.
Aveeno Wash and Lotion locks in 2 times the moisture in 2 steps.
When you live with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis,
when we're doing demonstrations,
reminders of your...
I prefer to use the 720p 1000 lumen projectors long throws. Oh shoot, wrong remote control for this one. Sitting there pressing that. Why is this not working? Why is this so loud? I prefer to use these because the ultra short throws are easy. It's an easy projector to use. You're right up on top of the screen. It's like me taking a 5000 projector and sticking it right on top of the screen to look how amazing it looks. There's no distance though there. There's no challenge there. It's too easy. So if you're doing all your demonstrations on ultra short throws and not enough long throws, you're pretty much just cheating the system. You should register at 1000 lumen in a fully lit environment. That's why I said a gray screen paint, not being able to register. I mean, your image is not going to look good and all, but you can't pick up under 1000. You can't pick up under 2200, under 2000. Are you kidding me? Heck, Network Grade 773 can read at on a 1000 lumen projector. The image might not be all that great, but it still can read on it. That's the comfort zone mark. So if they make something darker, they say it's 3000 because that's a safe zone right there for them. You should be able to pick up at 1000 lumens. We can pick up at 50. So that's one of the things you have to look for when you're watching screen paint products, is when you look at basically their where they give you the specifications, how they pick up, when they pick up, and they say 2200 lumens, 3000 lumens, these are safe marks at the end of the day. I know, I've seen these before. If you state that you're running 720p, your stuff is compatible with 720p, how many 720p demonstrations do you have on this product showing that you can do this? There's quite a lot. How shiny that gold looks. Just in my keystone. It's hard to get someone to understand that when people do so much evil at the end of the day, and it's hard for them to understand that other people are not going to think the same way they think. I don't think the same way you think. That's what makes me more mature than you. Because if I'm mentioning something about your customer screens washing out, that's not because I'm saying that because you did something stupid to me. It's because I'm saying something because it's true and we saw it. That's it. If I thought like you thought, I'd be doing the same stuff you would be doing. You'd be showing stuff like, hey, he's texting my phone 100,000 times, and he's spamming my email, and he's making puppets and stuff of me, and he's stalking my address and stuff like that. You would have that kind of evidence on me, but you don't, because I don't think that way. I don't allow the devil to entertain. I don't entertain that, and I don't allow the devil to entertain it with me at all, period. I want nothing to do with it. I expose, I show what we see, and I warn people at the end of the day, this is what can happen to you if you keep going down this road. And we move on. That's it. Now, because of that, this is going to make him angry, and he'll send more messages. And again, like I said, I have a habit of leaving my phone down. So again, if you basically, I'm keeping it up higher now because knowing weird stuff he sends over, the pornography and stuff is ugh. But we're going to make sure I keep my phone up high. But if one of my other ones see that, man, you got to chill with that nonsense. Grow up. Come on now. A grown man. Act like it. Let's get this one over here. It just, I don't understand. You see adults doing dumb stuff and you go, they're grown ups at the end of the day. You're grown ups.
These crunchy bridges? Yes, coach. If you want us to...
Commercials are funny, I swear. Some of them are just hilarious. I love this projector so much. This is one of my favorite projectors. Out of the 55, the crispy projectors, all the big boy projectors we have on the floor, this is my favorite of all time. This is a projector that makes our screens work for it. I don't want a high-power projector. I don't want a crazy 4K machine and insane amount of contrast. I don't want any of that. I want this right here. This is what I like. Because that means my screen is showing that it actually works. It's working for it. We showed the ultra short throws off just to show you the screen is compatible and how your ultra short throw should be operating in a fully lit environment, how it should look versus certified, which we showed you yesterday, versus gray, versus white screens. But on. You should be able to read on one of these projectors at 1,000 lumens in a fully lit environment. So if a gray paint or white screen, it has their mark at 2,200 or 2,000, even a black screen, it's saying they're at 2,000, that's poor. That's very poor. You should be able to pick up at 1,000 to 50. That's why the projector desk over there doesn't require big boy projectors. 50 lumen little projectors. That's all we can run over there. So if I can run 50 over there and see the screen crystal clear and all this light, that means that 150 lumens, 200 lumens, 300 lumens would run perfectly over there. Now, projector we're using here cost me $75. Projector over here, ultra short throw, cost me $60. $135. That's it. So I paid for my setup in here. Wallpaper surface was $28. And our lowest kit is, I think, $167 or something dollars. I think it is. Yeah. So yesterday, we were able to overpower a certified screen that cost $3 grand. The wallpaper surface, if you get the scaffold setup we have here with the wallpaper surface, it is fantastic for portrait. The portrait is really easy to do. Sometimes the portrait projectors can be very expensive, but the best way to do it is to use the Christie LW or LX. Either one of those 400 models. They can be tilted up on their side because it's a square projector, has a handle on the other end, and the venter in the front, which makes it a fantastic projector for doing portrait. Of course, you have to run that through your PC or laptop because you have to go to your laptop or PC and convert over your display to basically portrait. And you do portrait gaming or any kind of portrait design. Unless you can find a Sony FA31, they automatically have it built in. And some of the Panasonics have, but they're more older models. No, new models have them. The clean that comes up. At only 1,000 lumens. How sharp the image is. Anyone who sits there and tells you that you can't use a 720p projector 600 by 800 res on your screen because it won't come out sharp enough, our black technology, our screens are contrast. You don't have to worry about your projector having contrast. The screens we design here, screen paints, are contrast. Now, to my customers, I got you taken care of on Saturday, which is a really interesting story too, because I literally thought yesterday was Friday, but yesterday was Saturday. And when we got to the post office, we just made it there. So we got everybody taken care of. We got one more on the table that's going out on Monday. So we got a ship out date on Monday. Okay, Snow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if it comes up just as bright. We had 36 sitting right on top of the screen. Now we're around 7 feet with 1,000 lumens. Doesn't change. So it doesn't make a difference if you're up close at 36 or you're 6 feet or 7 feet back at 1,000. It doesn't change. So statements that were made that we required high-powered projectors just to get the screen to work. Well, guess what? That's completely false. I don't know how in the world you'd make a statement like that when you know we've done demonstrations on Old Faithful. We've had Old Faithful for a very long time. As a matter of fact, if you go into my YouTube channel and you punch up her number, her model number, she just pops up all over the place. There are more demonstrations on Unfaithful than most of the screen paints right now on the market. Outer space screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Where you eat is up to you. But what you eat? Now that we can help with. Spice up your sandwich.
So much light I have to make contact with the screen. I see my stack of boxes over there. Yeah, I've been making boxes and we're building all kinds of stuff with boxes. So I've been stacking up. We got a volcano we're going to be doing, a virtual volcano for our projector mapping screen paints. We got a vortex we're going to design with that stuff over there. And we're going to build our gaming screen out of it with the torture rack display for the RetroPie PC.
Every day we work with people transforming the world we live in, and we bring them the products to.
Black background, beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is virtually impossible for the gunmetal technology we have today. Not ours, our gunmetal works perfectly fine. It's very dark, and we've tested our gunmetal against other certified screens, so we have a right to be called gunmetal. But as I said before, this is virtually impossible if you have an ultra short throw, or even a 1,000 lumen projector, or even a pico projector, if you're using this on gray or white screens. Because you have to read the 1% black that the fish is being displayed on. So, if I was in a commercial environment, which I was when I used that particular projector, this one, and they wanted to display just like this against the wall, and there's tons of light coming down, we could do that at 1,000 lumens. Because knowing them, they'll probably have some big bulky 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 lumen projector. Like, what are we using that for? What the heck is that used for? We do it at 1,000 lumens, no problem. smaller, quieter, cheaper projector. And you can stick this right in your hotel lobby. Heck, we can make it transparent. Put the projector on the side, hide it behind a wall with a kind of a panel, and push it right through your screen. So when your customers come in, walk into your lobby, you just see this huge, massive fish tank, virtual tank. Because our technology is designed to absorb light. Desired nature, 8K videos.
Getting that from YouTube.
Maybe we had a fight with this one a bit. Oh, here it is, right here. Just so you know, reason why we swap over to 1,000, because I'll get people that come and say, well, your projector is 3,600 lumens. It's not a laser quad tri-laser projector, 720p. But they'll still say you're 36. Well, we're not at 1,000. We're not even up against the screen. We're 7 feet back. Now what? That's why I explain to people, pick and choose your battles. I literally have people come and say, well, you know, it's 36, the P2 is 3,000. My Sony's 3,000. It fits on eco mode too. So, no, you should be able to read that. That's no problem. You're supposed to pick up 100% contrast when you're actually using that projector. And you should be using it in a fully lit environment. No excuse for it. So you're faking that demonstration. As I said, all contrast levels have to be displayed in fully lit environments. If you're doing the demonstration in the dark, don't you ever think that the customer is going to turn the lights on? You know what's going to happen. The screen's going to wash out. Unless you're going to advise them to be in the dark. But I'm pretty sure when they contacted you, that's not what they were going for. They were going for using a projector in a fully lit environment. Heck, they could have did that with a white sheet of paper. You got to show that your product is different and why you're going to give that projector some kind of advancement over anything else. So if my screen's going to wash out because I open up a curtain, I could have did the same thing with gray paint at the end of the day, or a white surface would have had the same reaction. What makes sure it's different? Now that projector on the floor has a 4,000 to 1, which won't mean jack at the end of the day because the screen's black. This projector doesn't have any. That's why we had the videos where you're saying we're using 4,000, 5,000. You don't pick up on 4 and 5,000. Gray and white screens don't read on 4 and 5,000 lumen projectors. Took a 4,000 to 5,000 lumen projector and we set it up against a wall at 3 feet. That's a lot of power transferring back and forth. And the white screen and gray screen wouldn't read it. Took it down to commercial environment, did a demonstration down there. They don't read down there. Now I know you get some people get their feathers ruffled. When we talk about gray screens, it's nothing personal. It is what it is. You can't go on camera and lie and tell people that, hey, my screen's pulling 100% contrast. That's not true. And if you're using projectors in dark environments to fake it, you know you're going to get caught, right? So either it works or it doesn't work. That's what it comes down to. Because if you're going to be on camera, I don't care who you are at the end of the day, and you're going to be making false statements about your products, I'll challenge you in the courtroom over it. Just like Epson when they challenged Valva. They won the courtroom, they challenged that. Guess who won? Epson won. Because you got to get to a point where you got to say enough is enough. If the other fellow continues on with that range gain nonsense, we're going to take him to court, we're going to challenge him on it. Show us that this stuff actually does exist. Now, if you want to take me to court and see if my stuff works, oh, please do. I could use some of a bigger audience, you know what I mean, more publicity. No, I got no problem with that. Let's go. I got no problem with that. I do this all day long, every day. I just got to figure out new stuff to do to the screens. Let's see, let's grab this one over here. So this shows our technology. Oh, by the way, this is the Alpha. If you don't know, Alpha Black. We actually recoded the screen with our new technology. This was an Imperial. If you go way back, you would see demonstrations of us just wrapping lights all the way around our screen. Lights from the top, the bottom, the sides, just screen just covered in lights. Then we have a projector sitting back around 16 feet at 2,000 lumens, and it would have to travel 16 feet at 2,000 lumens in a fully lit environment and hit a screen that's wrapped around lights. From that technology, from learning how to basically deal with ambient light projection and all those tests we had to do, this is why we have what we have now. And of course, with our Lord and Savior blessing us with amazing technology, this technology was engineered in 20 minutes. Just like the gamer technology, you're going to see, it's going to do the same reaction. It's going to do everything we designed, Lord bless it to be. We showed you tests on the ALPHA CINEMAX, which you got a chance to see all the tests, and certified screens, white level tests, ultra short throw tests, low lumen tests, outside tests, inside tests. You saw it all. That's what you should be expecting on a product. And I like the ship backs because, like I said, the fact that we can take a product that we tested, send it to the customer, and then have it brought back and do the test on a live stream for everyone to see. You can't get any more. You can't back your product up any more than that. The fact that we can have people who do wrong against our company, we can request for ship backs and certified letters. I guarantee they don't respond back on. They don't respond back. That means they never had our products. Where are your guarantees at? There is no guarantees. Only we have the guarantees. Because if a customer says, hey, look, this product matched the gray walls in my living room, How are you going to request a ship back on that? You don't even have gray versus gray test. So you don't know 100% sure if this is going to match the screen or not. Or maybe you don't know that. So if the customer, you request a ship back and you get it there and that customer says, I want that same paint, what are you going to do? Tamper with it? Put black paint into it? Can't do that. It's going to have to be a clean container, an unbroken seal, and you're going to have to do that on YouTube in front of everybody, which we know you can't do because you failed to do the first one and the second one. And again, this kind of scarred him. This is why he cheats when he does demonstrations now, because he doesn't want to go through that same process again. So you can't do a ship back, ever. We can. And you guarantee the batch number, another huge. They got upset over that. Simple. Test the product before you ship it out to the customer. This protects you and also guarantees the customer. They got mad over that. They didn't want to do that either. Because you know why they can't pass a batch number test? A batch number test would require the same test that you have done before you sold the product. And since you don't have any tests showing before you sold the product, you can't do the batch number. So that's out the door. So then they put a policy in as in, if it lands on your property, it's yours, because that covers them. And if you open it up, it's yours. And then accuse you of tampering with it. So you didn't tamper with it. So you open it up and it matches something in your living room and you don't like that. Say, hey, my gray wall's the same thing as your screen. We got to talk. Oh, did you open it? Yes, I did. Can I send it back? Well, how do I know you didn't tamper with it? So you're accusing me of tampering with it? Like I had a customer we did the paint on, which actually uses paint for a projection screen over there. I had a conversation with him and he says, oh, you're calling me a liar? Yes, I am calling you a liar. You know why? Because your package came here, we opened it up, we painted it down, nothing was wrong with it, passed all the tests. Even on top of it, he's an ultra short though at 60 bucks and it took out a $3,000 screen. What's wrong with the screen? Your claim was it came up bloody and unpaintable. We painted it down and we removed all the labels off a post office shipping box where you couldn't even see anymore. So tell me where I'm wrong. That's the actual body you had, right? Okay, then there you go. Now, if I had no proof of testing the product or doing anything at all and I just outly accused them, yeah, I'd be in the wrong. I'd definitely be in the wrong. So you can't accuse your customers of tampering with something if they're making accusations that, hey, this stuff is matching stuff in my living room. My walls is matching stuff. My daughter walked in front of it with a gray hoodie. It matched the hoodie. The problem you have, there's no testing involved. So there's no way to troubleshoot or know your own product when it comes through. You have to know your own product. Man, you got to mess. If it happened, which is not going to happen. Just say in this scenario, if it did happen, where he did business with the company, and the company went in and printed up all his labels. I literally had this happen to print up all your labels. Do about 2 dozens. They'll dent and damage the cans and make them look like they got damaged in shipping. And they'll say, hey, look, in our contract, you're responsible for any damaged merchandise, so you have to refund us. This is where you can run some problems. You have to know what your own stuff is. And they could fill that stuff with gray paint. You would never know one from the other. We would know. I take that little projector and I run it over top of it and go, whoop, nope, this ain't my stuff. And all I have to do is simple black on black demonstration. I can tell. That's it. Our stuff reads different. So please do not get in your head to think that because it's black, that you can put anything into it or make black paint. Don't do that. It'll get you in a lot of trouble. We know our stuff. That's why we have the most black on black demonstrations. Because we know our stuff. I love this projector. I swear, I wish I could get, I need to look around. I need to find a projector this size. This is absolute perfect. Because usually, you know, even the home theater projectors are big. I mean, the venues are huge, humongous. But even the home theater, but this thing is so small. And it's perfect. 1,000 lumens, doesn't run a lot of power, you know. And I can just hook it up, easy to mount. And that's it. And I can run it under commercial lighting. Heck, I can run it in a condensed light. I can run it anywhere I want. But they only do 4.3 on this one. And if you're seeing 4.3, like why it's in 4.3? Because the projector is literally that old. It is so old that it never reached the 16.9 because at that particular time, it wasn't available for this projector. Only 4.3 was available. That shows you how old the projector I'm using. So if I can get this to run at 600 by 800 and all this light, and then my $60 projector, ultra sure throw, which shows our customers you have to spend a lot of money for ultra sure throw. Gee whiz, save a ton of money. They had to break this up in segments. There's no way in the world someone's holding their breath. That's a heck of a lot of editing going on there. But it's pretty cool though. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We never do enough videos in here, so I just kind of grab some videos in here. We do a couple of them in here. Now the beautiful thing about our technology, if you're doing a dedicated theater room setup, instead of going out and spending the money for a white and gray screen, which again is going to splash light all over your environment, that's definitely going to happen. Going by a certified screen, this is going to cost you a lot of money. And you still got your ceiling to do. Mind, your ceiling is going to cost you $10,000, $20,000 for an infinity ceiling to put in. Our technology, on the other hand, you can coat this right to your screen, get and receive your true 100% black levels, which is very important for movies. Operate your screen in a fully lit environment, including the infinity ceiling at the same time. Save a ton of money. You can coat this stuff into your ceiling, which means you can set your projector up and you can change your screen at will. Heck, if you don't want to do a bunch of stars running across your screen, you can do an entire galaxy. You can put the ocean up there, turn the screen into liquid, put fireworks up there, make it thunder, make it snow, whatever you want at the end of the day. And you can do this with all of the lights on if you choose, including the screen. This got me an idea for a demo screen. So what I want to do is I want to trap all the light. And how I have to do that, I'm going to have to build me. Oh wait, we can build it here. We can literally put that whole thing together here. We can make the whole entire thing out of cardboard. Literally. Ooh, that would be sick. All right. New crazy idea. It's popped into my head to do something even more insane. I got, Lord bless us with the most craziest ideas. What if we basically attach a cardboard wall? Because I need something to block it in. Well, we can use fabric, but I don't want the light to transfer to the fabric. I want it to stay all concentrated in this section. So, the black cloth surface, fabric costs way too much money. I got to do this on the cheap. So the best way to do it is build the cardboard walls. So we'll build a cardboard wall here and here, and in the background here we can make that the screen. That way all the light is concentrated. It can't push from here, it can't push from here. It's trapped in the screen. Now to use the ultra short though would be cheating, so that would be too easy. So no, we're going to use a 1,000 lumen projector for that demonstration, because that would just make it so much more harder for the screen to work. Because again, that distance throw, it's still going to have to travel at a distance of 1,000 lumens. It still has to make contact with the light here, which is actually eating away at my projector at 1,000 lumens. At 36, we got room to spare, but at 1,000, we ain't got jack to spare. We're going to make an area we can just box all this light in and have the screen connected. Oh, that'd be a beautiful, beautiful demonstration. See, that's the kind of stuff that we're in the showrooms. That's how our booths would be set up that way. We'd have this kind of lighting in the booth. The same lighting that's up on the ceiling would be actually in our booth. Yep. Now think about it. This is at 1,000 lumens. If I decided to drop 2,000 to 3,000, easy. That's a cakewalk for the technology. So as I said, we could do it at 1,000, easy. Yeah, we're going to box our light in. Going to build a box unit and box the light in so it can't go anywhere. And I don't want to use fabric because I don't want to escape into the fabric. I need all that concentrated light to stay right in this section right here. Oh, that's going to be sick. That's what we're going to do. I haven't built one of those yet. Still got to do the 235.1 because I haven't done a 235.1 outside yet. That's my next project. LG jazz demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
LG jazz demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I don't get jazz master out of that. How? Now you see all this right here? That's the light making contact with the screen. We're going to box it in and using boxes, which is kind of funny. The reason why the switch out's so important is because it shows if we're setting up an ultra short wave projector, we're not depending on it. We don't have to depend on it because it's ultra short wave. Some people look at it and go, well, you know, hey, it's a projector, it's right close to the screen. This is the reason why he's able to pick up the image with no problem because the projector's sitting on top of the screen. They think the same way I do. So let's change it. Let's drop it 8 feet back, put it at 1,000 lumens, and make it work. Now, that theory right there is completely out the window. Because I know there are people watching my videos that are just as thorough as I am when I do testing. The projector is 6,000 lumens more than a P2. So now, we have it at 1,000 lumens.
Magic isn't what you see, it's what you don't. Because real magic
what it comes down to is we can play in everybody's backyard, which means we can go to gray screens, white screens, certified screens, gunmetal screens, ultra short those screens. We can go inside, outside, applications for projector mapping, you name it, even gaming technology we already have. We can go anywhere we want, even direct sunlight. Now, can they play in our backyard? red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oops, she does not want to stay. We don't have anything more stickier. We don't. Should have to stick with this. Hopefully she does stay. If she doesn't, no, we have to do some extra tape. Some more tape. We got more tape for this. I should have the heavy Velcro. The heavy Velcro is not going to be affected by that. But the tape does get affected by that. Oh, while we're here, just get the white screen up there too. There we go. Those you have white projection screens. That's their personal nightmare right there. They don't pick up for nothing at all. Just don't register at all, period. Now, you don't believe me about the gray screens? I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to design my own high performance gray screen paint to put against our products. Now, this is where it's going to get scary for people who make gray screen paints. It'll be a challenge for you to take that same high performance, it's a free ingredient, and put it against your own. It'll be half and half, which means it'll be half PPG and half Network Gray 773, which is a good blend. It'll have white mica in it and 2 scoops of black paint, which will give it a perfect tone. And you can put it against your product. Now, if you don't put it against your product, then you're going to say, at the end of the day, well, what we have here is better than your product, and it is your product at the end of the day. If you want to back up that it's not your product, then you can make it. If it matches your screen, your product becomes free. Because everybody will know how to make it. So we're going to make an advanced version of a gray screen paint, something I would sell back then. That's how we're going to make it. The same thing we made for those people that overseas who were showing that display screen over there, that's what you're going to have in your possession. And that's what we're going to use from now on. Now, we're also, too, going to make the free mixture. You can't get mad about that, buddy, because you put it out there, it's there. It shows you how to make the paint with 2 scoops of black paint and the white paint. It is what it is. You can't get mad about it. It's your video. So we're going to make that, too, also. See how close that comes to it. Man, get mad at me. Curse me out. We had them in a, we had him in an open chat one time. A couple times we had an open chat. And just went bananas in there. Just absolutely went bananas. Just cursing me out. Happy emojis and mad emojis and laugh emojis and all that. Just went bananas in that room. It's your video. How you get mad over your own video? It's your video at the end of the day. I don't get it. Hey, bipolar. He has a couple of personalities in there. I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't care. But, again, you don't read at 1,000 lumens. 8 feet back, can't even read the color blue. Won't read it. Won't read. Now, if you sit there and say it's not true and my product does so many things, I'm going to challenge you in court. I'm going to bring your company to court. That's what I'm going to do. Bring anybody's company to court. If you're making accusations you're not making, they're not true. You don't pick up on 1,000 lumens. Can't read. I think that's why that mark they have on the screen at 2022 is a safe zone for them. But no, that wouldn't work either because the 5,000s you can't pick up on those either. They won't read either. Or the 4,000s won't read. You're not gonna like this one. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's why it's required for you to spend so much money on contrast, because your projector can't read it. I'm sorry, your screen can't read it. That's why you spend so much money on contrast. So those screens are going to cost you a lot more money, because you're going to spend it all on your projector trying to fix the problem. And you can't be in this lighting. This is just too much for you. Too much for these screens. It won't function right. So you're going to be stuck in a dark environment. You're going to turn your living room and, I don't know, playroom, whatever you got, where at the end of the day, you're going to turn it into a dark cave. Let's see if I can make our screen unwatchable. Okay, Snow Cottage.
Getting that from YouTube.
So it'll become so dark and unwatchable if it's possible at 1,000 lumens. Nope, ain't gonna happen. So the reason why the white surface is having a difficult time, because there's contrast. Oops, there we go. Decided to quit, like, nope, I'm done. But the white surface is not doing too well, because unless you're going to be looking at a solid white screen all day long, that's the only way you're going to notice the difference. But you're going to have contrast in there. And there's contrast throughout that entire Snow Cottage, which these guys didn't pick up on, because they didn't understand the purpose of why we use the Snow Cottage. They thought we were using it strictly for the white levels. It's more than just the white levels. You have to show contrast and brightness at the exact same time. And that's why the white surface has a difficult time picking up, because it can read the white levels perfectly fine. It just can't see the contrast levels, which is the detail that's needed so you can make out your screen. And that's why people go out and spend money for a 4K projector, because they think it's a higher resolution and this is going to give you more sharper, more vivid image, and doesn't realize that contrast is what plays the role for your screen to be able to see actual detail. Nope, this is not going to stay. I'm going to get something heavier for that. We'll just stick to the white surface. I have to make my own anyway. I'll put it onto a little thin sheet. But that's what it comes down to. So you think that the 4K resolution in your projector, or 1080p, that you have is pretty much going to be responsible for giving you sharper detail. That contrast is what does it. That's why we have 720p's and we put an extra 4Ks. You can't tell one from the other. And if you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel. We did several demonstrations on the PX747 ViewSonic projector. I purchased a 4K model, and that's how we found out about all that. Contrast is everything. It's in everything you play, everything you do, everything you watch. It's all about contrast. And the more you have, the more advanced your screen becomes. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, you, stay out of trouble. That's why you see that when you're watching more contrast they add to a projector, more expensive it becomes. Contrast is everything. So why do you watch movies and sports and video games on gray and white screens? They don't read. And if you're depending on your projector to fix the problem, it's not going to happen. And this is the reason why when you look at the selection of certified screens, they start off with the white screen, which is cheaper. Gray screen, still cheaper screens, a budget screen. Then you get to the mid-grays, they're a little bit more expensive, but when you reach their flagship, which is a dark gunmetal, that's the screen's going to cost you the most, because that's the screen's going to give you the best detail, best picture, best color, and best shades of darker grays. Also, on top of that, it can pull up in fully lit environments. Works extremely well. If you have a gray or white screen, you're going to spend a lot more money for your projector. A whole lot more. Because you got to make up for what your screen can't see. You're going to change your environment. If that was the case, I would find people on YouTube right now when I do my field trips. I would find other people, influencers, all those, and I would see them doing the same demonstrations we're doing. Heck, they could match the Optima GT 5500 outside at 140 inches. or the 1100 lumen challenge outside at 1000. Get what you pay for. And for the person who says saving you hundreds, can't express this enough. How can you save people hundreds if you can't save money yourself? My setup's cheaper than yours. I mean, far more light than your environment. It's a much more cheaper projector. Of course. Machine shut off. So the crazy demonstrations we do, giant screens outside, screens inside. We even built a deck outside our window so we can set this projector out on it so the sunlight can hit it, destroy the lumen count, and this thing would still have to travel. It's called a sunbather video. Still have to travel 3 feet across to hit the window and another 13 feet to hit the screen that had a huge, massive 1000-watt light bulb for it to push right through. And yet they compare us. We're supposed to be like them. I have no idea where where is it? How is this even possible? We still haven't matched the FLE technology to each sunlight. We still haven't seen that. We got 13 videos on that one over there. How are you the same as us? Look at the demonstrations we do. I'm talking about sticking a screen next to a window and going, ooh, look at the demo. We did it at 140 inches outside on a projector that's not designed to do 140 inches. Those projectors are designed to do 100 inches. This projector is sitting right here. This is a NEC projector. These right here are designed to do small screen sizes. It's used for hospitals and schools. That's what it's used for. It's not an entertainment projector. We get 150 inches out of these on walls. So, you know, gotta do your test. But I can say that till I'm blue in the face. I swear, if I go back and I look at all the videos, how many times I say you gotta do your tests, it'd be hilarious on how many times I say it over and over again. Gotta do your test, gotta do your test, gotta do your test, gotta do your test. And the reason why I tell you this is because I'm gonna challenge your companies in court. You think I'm joking about that? Yeah, I'm gonna drag your companies into court and challenge you on the very things that you spoke about on your channel. It's not because you've done dumb stuff to me. It's because you have a product out there that you're selling that's not properly tested, and you're bamboozling your customers. Range gain does not exist anywhere. You have no proof to back this up, and that is a lie. Now on his website, where if the product is showed not as described or defective, then he issues you a refund. So we get the screen, we paint it down, and it's a wrong color. Different color comes up. That falls under defective. Right there. Not as described. If we can't get the range gain to operate, then that falls under the same thing as not as described. Your entire site is a not as described. All right, let me see. That's there. Where's the other one at? We have here somewhere. My battery's dying. I got a charge pack here. Oh, it's over here. So it falls under not as described because there's no testing. So if you lie about your products, and they don't do what they're supposed to do, then you run under the risk of getting hit with a not as described. Can you ship the item back to your customer? Can the customer ship the item back to you and have you tested? Can they do that? If they can't do that, then it's going to be a problem at the end of the day, because again, they can back up their claim and you can't. So the first thing I'm going to do, if I'm painting that product in and it comes up a different color, guess what happens? Ring, ring, ring. Can I call you? You don't have any number for me to reach you, right? So I'll email you. So I email you and I ask you, hey, look, I painted the screen down and we got a different color on our hands. And you're going to sit there and say, well, you know, you haven't really painted the screen. Well, that would happen if the color bleeds through, which we saw in the primer. If it bleeds through, or if my wall bleeds through and I say, hey, look, I've got this wall bleeding through. Am I doing it wrong? You tell me on the phone that I'm just pushing that paint around that surface, I'm not really painting the screen in, you're going to get hit with the not as described. Some people are not going to be that patient at the end of the day. What do you mean I'm pushing it around? I mean, I painted walls before. When I paint a wall, when I put the paint to the wall, it's painted. It's not, you're just pushing that around. You're going to have a lot of problems with that one right there from the door. Some are not even going to continue to paint on because they're afraid they're going to further damage the surface, the wall, or material they're going to put it on. So that's going to become a problem. So that right there alone, his product alone is going to cause him all kinds of problems. Now, as of the range gain, I'm definitely going to call you up on that one. How do I achieve the range gain? They don't want the lower one. Everybody wants the highest when it comes to gain. So how do I achieve the higher one? I got the same paint. There's nothing here in the box. I'm looking to see if there's anything special. Use it to change the gain. I can't find nothing. I'm just seeing the same paint. How do we work this? These are basic questions you're going to be answered. Now, if you can't answer them when I give you these questions, then there's going to be a problem because the customers are going to answer the same thing too. How do we achieve the higher gain? I've been to your website. I can't find any videos. There's nothing on it. And this other fellow pops up, which will be us. They're going to find us saying he's talking that doesn't exist. Now you're going to have a problem on your hands. You're going to get a charge back. You're going to get a not as described. And heck, if you damage something that they paid a lot of money for and they can't reverse it and fix it, you're going to find yourself sitting in court. So his site is just his site, not much. It's at the end of the day, it's just designed to self-destruct because he can't back up anything he said. You remember No Man's Sky? Remember that little incident that went on? That guy got up there and talked about all this stuff that this video game was supposed to be able to do. You remember that fiasco? And find out it couldn't do any of that stuff at all, period. And a lot of people got ticked off over it and got upset and wanted their money back. That's what you're doing. You're doing a No Man's Sky effect. That's just a good way of putting it too. Can't make up things and not have ways to back it up. So pretty much, you don't really got to say much about that. That's going to self-destruct on its own if it hasn't already imploded. Now, even at 3,600 lumens on our $60 projector, which is 6,000 lumens more than a P2 projector, it still can't read on a white surface. And if we need the gray surface, that right, we can have it up there too. I wonder if I can clip her from this side and let it stay. I should be able to do that. How many clamps? The ultra short throws are also too fantastic for outside. And I'll tell you why. Because I told you, one of the things they don't explain to you about outside applications, and when I look on their website and I look for anything about talking about outside applications, they don't tell you the time that the projector is going to be to fire up or the screen is going to be to activate. There's no information on that. On how to clean the screen, if basically something damages it, there's no video demonstrations on that. And then the other issue you have at the end of the day is exactly what projectors and how to set these projectors up to be able to utilize them in the environment in which you're going to be using them in. In other words, what projectors are going to basically fit your needs better when you're outside. Now, you can go with the big boy projectors, the 4,000, 5,000, which is technically not necessary, but you can go with one of those. But keep in mind, this is a projector that's going to be sitting on top of a pedestal, unless you're going to be having it sitting in the middle of the aisle, which you run the risk of the kids or the dog knocking over. On top of that, you don't want 5,000 lumens at the same eye level as your kids or your dogs, because again, that's going to hurt them. You do 3,000, that's still a lot of power to push up on a projector and hit a kid in the face and hit a dog in the face. So it's best that you have the projector up high, which means when you put the projector up high, either you're going to lens shift it into a spot, or you're going to basically tilt the projector and it's going to hit crooked, and then you're going to basically keystone it in. You can do it that way. But keep in mind, might want to have it on a kind of an outer box or some kind of protection up there, something, just in case if you get like a surprise rainstorm, your machine doesn't get wrecked in the process, because again, you don't want to go through that. Now, ultra short though is fantastic because again, it can sit right up close to the screen. You can put a little area around it, like a gated area around it, not high, just a little small fence around to keep the kids out, to keep the dog from messing with it, and you can have it right there. And it's just like having a TV all day long. One of the experiences I had when I had a long throw behind me, when I get up, my big head would be in the way, and it would cast these shadows onto the screen. So I had to sit in a certain area when I was sitting there watching movies. I couldn't sit in the middle because my head was in the way. But with the ultra short throw, it's right there. That's the fantastic thing about it. But an ultra short throw, we can max them out at 160. That's as big as we can get before they start having issues. Now, if you need something bigger than that, then you go with short throw. The short throw can give you that huge image at a short distance. But which ultra short throw are you going to pick? Now, if you get the newer ones with the smaller lens, they do 5 feet at 100 inches. If you get the big ones with the big fish eye lens, they do 180 to 200 inches at 5 feet. I showed you a demonstration on that, how they cheat you in the ultra short throws now, on short throw projectors. Those small lens, not good. Big lens, better results. There you go. If we can get this here, it'd be nice, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. All right, we're going to have to basically figure out how to take that up there. I don't think it's fair to talk about a screen and it's not there, you know? So we'll try. We will try. So yeah, if you're outside, you got a projection screen and a gazebo, or especially if you have it up on your deck, I would go with ultra short throw any day of the week. Instead of going out and spending money for a very expensive one, pick up one of these right here. And you see what our screens look like at nighttime outside.
Another space and light room.
And what a white screen looks like compared to that.
That's more like it. The 3-row Lexus TX.
Oh, I like these right here. These are pretty cool. You ever watch these? They actually change. They start with a lighthouse, and then they convert into something even crazier. They're fun to watch. I'm going to do these when we do the demonstration for the front and rear technology, because you get a chance to watch them from both ends. You'll see a mirror-like mode on the opposite side, and you'll see the other one on the other side, the original, which has a really cool effect. All right, let me see Curious George. Yeah. Which I did just a little bit, because I hear your squirrel buddy on the roof. And I just need for you two to be going at it. Now, I'll show you what we have with some lights out. It's like eye candy, isn't it? And for some people saying, well, the gray screen's keeping up. That screen we're using right there is solid black. So it produces a white level high enough that gray screens and white screens can't make it unwatchable. which means that how could a gray screen in someone's apartment turn that screen black and unwatchable? Let's say we're using black paint, because that's the only thing that comes up that dark next to our screens. Yep. That's why we're requesting the ship back, which we're not going to get. I'm pretty sure we're going to get an excuse by saying that, oh, I threw it in the trash. I like that lighthouse effect. It's beautiful. Who does that one? The lighthouse. Oh, okay, cool. Somebody, I've watched a lot of these demonstrations. These are fantastic relaxation videos. Let me get back to that. Let's get back and show you why your contrast is needed. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, you need that. You have to be to produce all of it. White levels, contrast, and color. And that's the reason why you don't do demonstrations in the dark, because your customers are going to turn their lights on. They're going to find out. Unless you're giving them strict instructions, don't do this, because your screen's going to wash out, and they're going to be upset, because I'm pretty sure when customers ask you, when they first contact you about screen paint, that's going to come in anyway, you don't need it. When people contact you about screen paint, they're going to talk about the screen size, where it's going to be at, there's windows in the environment, what kind of projector they're using, the lumen count on the projector, contrast on the projector, and their complaint on why they're contacting you, because they can't get the screen to work and it's not functioning. That's what's going to happen. So if you lie and you do demonstrations in the dark all day, then what's going to happen is what's going to happen when your projector says, when a customer says their theory, not yours, theirs, and they decide to turn the lights on, then what's going to happen? You got white screens out there saying, well, we have a 2.0, we have all this at the end of the day, and all this blah, 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 blah. And yeah, and then find out that same white 2.0 projection screen will match your t-shirt, or a bed sheet, or a white piece of printing paper easily. There's no difference in it. I say this stuff because I try to educate new customers that are coming on. And I say the same thing over and over again. And I try to educate new customers that are coming on what to look for. You have to ask these questions. You need to ask for batch numbers. You need to ask for testing to make sure the product's tested before it was shipped out, before it was actually sold to the customer. You need to see these tests. It's important. Because there's going to be the difference between you having a beautiful screen and a freaking nightmare at the end of the day. That's what's going to come down to. I go to Best Buy and I watch people sell white screens all the time. They'll sell you this $4,000 projector. And they'll sit there and go, oh yeah, all the bells and whistles and everything is going to come right on to the screen. It's going to look fantastic. And the customer say, well, can I use it in a fully lit environment? Oh, sure you can. Use it in a fully lit. You don't have to worry about your screen washing out. And those same customers end up contacting us. Because nothing happened in that machine. Nothing at all, period. And you go to forum sites. And forum sites will tell you have to calibrate. And you're going to have to use your projector in an ambient light controlled environment. Which means this is going to cost you some money, because now you're going to have to replace your light switches for dimmers. Yeah, so you can adjust how bright your lights are. Because that on and off ain't going to work for you at the end of the day. It doesn't work on ambient light controlled environments. Did you know that? The on and off switch does not work for your ambient light controlled environment. That means you'll be turning those lights off, and you'll have your little tiny lights peppered through the entire environment, like you're setting up lights at Minecraft. See the little lights you put all over the place? That's what you'll be doing. It looks just like that, like a Minecraft scene. Because now you got to adjust where your light's going to be. It can't be too close to the screen. It can't be too far away. You don't want the environment to be too dark. but then again, it has to be dark. Yeah, enjoy that nightmare. Instead of you doing something like coming on and going flick, have your lights on and be done. Yeah, because you can't use your outlet, your lights. They're not going to work unless you're going to put dimmers in. Then you can adjust how dark you want it. But then again, if you think about it, you have ultra short throw. That doesn't make it a TV, does it? Because TVs don't have that problem. When's the last time you walked in and turned your TV on and go, gee whiz, colors are washed out and faded. Let me go adjust my lights to get to fix it. Never, ever. That's just, it's stupid, right? It just sounds real stupid. You go buy a TV and they go, oh, to use this TV, you got to make sure you have your lights in an ambient light controlled environment or the colors don't pick up. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, there you go. So why all this money that you just coughed up for a projector, and some of y'all spent thousands on those machines, are you stuck in the dark with them? Because I see you on YouTube when I go do my YouTube field trip. When I ask the questions, why? And the first thing I get, because the screen washes out. That's why. That's what happens. Yep, screen washes out.
Just like you. Rubber Bait Brilliance. Clearly designed for you.
$3,600 lumens, ultra short throw. You won't read on the white screen. Now we already know the gray screen has its problems. Let's talk about the white screens. And I see a lot of new screens of people using white screens. First question is, why? Of course I know why. Because some of y'all don't even know that we even exist. So that's why you have it. And you think that your projector, because you tell yourself the biggest lie of all times, I did it myself. I told myself the same lie when I bought my BenQ MS 500. I literally thought that all those perks were going to transfer right into my screen. As you know, it has amazing contrast, has beautiful colors, you know. All that's going to pop up on my screen. It's a lie. It's not going to work. And then you got people up there that'll tell you otherwise. They'll say that our product will work better than a white screen. Put it this way, anything will work better than a white screen. I can get gray primer will work better than a white screen. Gray primer will work better than picking gray screen paint. You have to show a massive difference between night and day that you basically can change the outcome of the white screen versus your screen. So just a little burst your bubble here. I don't care what projector you buy at the face of the planet. Heck, I don't care if aliens dropped it in a cornfield for you. You can't read it. I don't know. If it's alien technology, you might be able to. I don't know that one. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. You can't read the Infinity 1 level. And it's needed. It's desperately needed for any kind of projection or gaming or movies or outside or inside or for home or for business. It is needed. And if someone tells you at Best Buy that white screen, because that's all I see down there when they sell them, it's messed up. And they tell you that that projector you just purchased is going to fix that problem, it's not going to fix it. Heck, we saw the Epson LS800. That's a big freaking projector, by the way. That thing is huge. A customer of mine had that projector too. And as you saw, as he slid the projector up to the side, it seemed with all that power, it wasn't picking up without our technology. Let's try the lights out. Let's see if the white screen can work better, right? Let's put it in a dark environment because I hear this one all the time. Hey, look, I'm going to be in a dark environment. Anyway, here's all the time to go to form sites. So it can make a difference. But remember, you're talking about an ultra short though, so supposed to replace the TV. So let's go with slow color change.
Getting that from YouTube.
Read that snow color change. Why? What the heck is snow color change? Slow color change.
Getting that from YouTube.
So I'm just trying to tell you that you're just being lied to. You're not going to get what you think you're going to get out of a white screen.
Family safe touchscreen.
Switching.
I don't care if it's a 2.0 or 0.1 or 1.0. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't read at all. And if you think buying a powerful projector is going to fix it, nope. As a matter of fact, check out my promo demonstration with a church. I had a 7,000 lumen projector on a screen that was over 1,000 inches, and they couldn't get the screen to read without our technology. So that shows you with the lights out for our customers, new customers, why your white screen doesn't work at all, period. And if you're thinking the gray screen can fix this problem, gray screen can't read an infinity black level. That's not going to work at all, period. If it can't read the infinity black, it's not going to function correctly. Gunmetals do have a better advantage point over these screens, white and gray screens, but still, they can't even read the infinity. You know what a gunmetal screen certified looks like next to one of our screens? They don't register. They can't even read the contrast level. .4K Snow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let me get me another white sheet of paper. Make sure we put one at the bottom. Look at you, sneaky furball. Look at you, Slinky. Being very slinky over there. Extra slinky. It's being extra slinky over there. This is when he does his climbing around my cables and wires over there. And he's very careful about what he steps on. So he's being extra slinky. So these are the demonstrations we're going to be doing on site, because at one of the places, or a couple of the places where they do their conference rooms and all that stuff, they got all white screens in there. And their projectors are freaking crazy, insane. Like crazy, insane projectors in there. You know that? You know, because, you know, they got people coming in to do conference meetings and all that stuff. So, of course, they're going to spend the money on the $4,000, $5,000 projectors and all that stuff. Crazy 4K. Oh, man, we're going to have a field day in that place. All right, so we got something at the bottom right there. See if it turns our screen unwatchable. But you guys say it all the time. Yeah, we do. This is so, I swear, the most boring part about it, this, for me at the end of the day, it's ultra short throw. It's easy. It's right on top of the screen. I don't know how people consider these to be hard demonstrations. Like, where and how are these hard demonstrations? I don't know. Ugh. Oh no, go back in there. Speed it up a little bit. Yeah. LG beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
I think Sony makes it. Yeah, they do make a 600 lumen projector. We're gonna have to invest in one of those. I used to have one. Yeah, 600, 800, and 1,000. They got like 3 different models of those projectors. So I'm up to hunt for the 600. Oh, poor good night. Just give you an idea of white projection screens, how they will not work on anything. And if you think your projector can fix the problem, ain't gonna happen. If someone's telling you that a gray screen's gonna fix the issue, how's it gonna work if they can't read the Infinity 1 level, which that screen's doing right now at a 4,000 to 1 projector, 4,000 to 1 contrast. So that's what you need to ask them. If you're buying a gray screen print, at the end of the day, you have to ask them, can you reach the Infinity 1 level? If they're telling you that a certain projector, no, that means you're spending more money than you have to spend. So if they have to advise you and point you to, hey, don't do that, please. If they have to advise you to buy a projector with a higher contrast, this can cost you more money. My projector is $60. All right, I don't want this video too long. I think I want to do one more. I want to do the floor tomorrow, but I do want to do more on the reality of the white screen, or the big lie, as they call it, the big lie of the white screen, claiming that you're going to be able to pick up these images and you're not. Ain't that right, Taco? He's overeating his food. Yeah. This is to help my customers out, new customers, that if you believe that you're a white screen, and again, 3600 lumens sitting right on top of a screen in the dark, we just can't get that to read, it's going to be a problem. So, no, your projector is not going to be able to fix the problem at all, period. And if someone's advising you that a gray screen is going to help you out, you ask them a question. When they tell you about the gray screen, you ask them, can you read the Infinity 1 level? Can you pick it up? Because I want to read 100% black when I watch a movie. And if they can't give you that, then that's it. Products that are claiming to have black technology require tons and tons of testing, because you're going to end up with that nonsense like that Series C nonsense, and that stuff painted down and came out gray. You don't want that headache. All right, I got to go. I'm going to be back in. I'm going to talk more about the white screen. I'm going to be transferring that to the other sites, because a lot of people with white screens really feel that their projectors are going to fix the problem. They're not. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.